And good morning. How's everybody doing today? It's another wonderful day out here. Saturday morning, carnivore talk. I'm going to see what's going on. I hope everybody's having a great day already. So far, it's been pretty good for me. I've had a lot of good stuff going on. We had a hockey game last night, and our team won. They're not in the playoffs. They missed the playoffs this year. It's going to be more of a, well, this year was more of a rebuilding year than what one could expect. But it was still a great time. Our team won last night, so it's always good. Had some really interesting stuff going on this week. I was fasting starting Monday night. Monday night, I went out. We had a meeting, a work meeting that went into the night, and there was a dinner that was included in it. So I got to eat what I normally don't get to eat. We had a special at the place that we were eating at, had prime rib. So I got to eat some prime rib, which I normally don't get to eat. I normally don't do that. I must not have downloaded that. Huh, that's crazy. I thought I downloaded that down here and put that on, but I guess not. So I can't show that right now. I was going to show a picture of the prime rib, but that's not showing up here. So after after that meeting, we finished eating. It was around 6:30 or so. I started a fast, and my intention was just to do at least a 72-hour fast, just to get into the fasting mode. And man, after the last couple of fasts I've had issues with it due to a lack of sleep on the one, and on the other one it was due to the weather. What a difference it makes with the weather. I'm, it's surprising how, coming from North Dakota, where I've done extended fasts when it was well below zero, but it was below zero when I started the fast. If it's nice out when I start a fast and it goes down below the freezing marks, I seem to have problems now, and I don't know why. Hey, we have Brian in this morning. Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today? And John, good morning. How are you? Good morning, Aaron. It's nice to see you here. Coach Mullins, how are you today? Nice to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. So I started the fast on Monday night, and I intended to go just a minimum of 72 hours. And then I'd play it by year after that. I got 72 hours, no problem. It was actually nice, and it was nice outside. And then when I got into the fourth day, around the 80 some hour mark, like 84, 86 hours, my hands started to get cold, and I could not warm my hands up again. And I don't know why that happens, but it bothers me, because it's like I lose circulation and my hands get discolored, and I just can't warm them up again. The only way to get them back to normal is to eat. And that happened to me yesterday at about 90 hours, just over 90 hours. My body wouldn't warm up again. My hands got cold. We were supposed to have some snow, was supposed to have a snowstorm, and we didn't get much of it. We just got a little bit of wet, freezing stuff coming down. But as soon as they hit the road, everything went away, which is pretty cool. I'm happy for that. Aaron says he has to work today. Coach Mullen says she's doing okay. I have to cut the grass shortly. Don't have to worry about that here. We're still getting snow. Everything's still gray and dingy, and there's nothing green here to cut yet. Donna Ray Bacon Runner, nice to see you here. Says she's listening while on hours drive to pick up granddaughter. Yeah, I know how that goes. One of our granddaughters lived in Fargo, and we'd have to go to Fargo every couple of weeks to pick her up and bring her back here. And that was a 4-hour one direction drive. That was always fun. Jester, we're talking about. We're taking a pummeling of snow for you. Can you thank us for my? Yeah, thank you, Jester. I appreciate you getting all that snow for us because we didn't get nothing here. There's no snow on the ground right now at 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time. We have no snow left on the ground. We had a very small dusting. And even last night when it was actively snowing here, as soon as it hit the ground, it melted. It was more like a slushy rain that just melted right away. Aaron says, knock on wood, snow should be done now, but probably a few flakes over this month. Yeah, and that happens in April. It's always a fun time, isn't it? Because you never know what you're going to get in the month of April. Coach Mullen says that's actually the second time cutting the grass this year. Wow. Jace, good morning. How are you doing today? Well, so I did that fast, and actually, I got to get back into this here, and I got sidetracked this morning, and I did not put stuff into my banners that I normally do, or download stuff into the stream like I normally would. And I don't know why I didn't do it. It was just one of those days, I guess. Oh, where is it at? Pictures. That's one of them I want right here. Aaron says, got in the backyard yesterday. A bunch of trees came down over the winter. That's always good, isn't it? You have that happen when in the wintertime where the heavy snow will knock it down. Luckily, we didn't have any heavy snow here, and a lot of the tree branches that we had come down in the summertime. So we didn't have anything come down on us over this winter, which was pretty good. And Brian says our weather is going up and down. It is killing me. It needs to it needs to pick up. It does. It's so, and that's what happened to me yesterday when I was doing my fasting. It was just not something that I'm used to, where the temperature drops on me like that. When I'm fasting and I get cold, and it's happened a couple of times now, which it bothers me. It shouldn't be doing that to me. But this is the cool part. I wear a CGM so I can keep track of what's going on. And one of the things that the CGM does is it gives you a 1 day, 3 day, 7 day, 14 and 30 day glucose average for mine. Mine's not a prescribed one, so it doesn't give the average 90 day. So I can't tell what that is, but I can go off of this here pretty well. So for the last 30 days, my blood glucose average is 89. And it's been in the low 90s for quite a while now. But that's pretty damn good. That does just show that I'm doing good with my diet. And it's made a big difference since I've had my bottom tooth here and my front tooth here removed that were infected. My average glucose has dropped tremendously since then. And then this was yesterday morning. I haven't checked it today. Yesterday morning, my average 1 day, so this would be for Thursday. Yeah. This would be for Thursday. My average glucose while I was fasting for Thursday was 72, with 42% of the time below 70. Now, if you look at the graph up top here, you see it's got a straight line on the bottom there. All that says below 70. So my blood glucose may have been lower, but my Stello app does not register anything below 70. So I would never know. And I don't think it'll ever, it used to on the event log tell you what your glucose was in the events. If it was like in the 60s or 50s or whatever, they've changed that and doesn't do that anymore. Hey, Jiffy, how are you doing this morning? Nice to see you. And I'm going to have to hold on for just a moment here. I got a work call. All right. So where was I? I don't know. I know I was saying hi to Jiffy. It's nice to see you here. Yeah, so much fun. Let's see now. Jester, do you have email or box where we can send you pictures to? Just curious. Or Discord. I don't have. I do have a Dropbox, similar to what Larry does. I have not set that up, and I don't know how to do that. At North Dakota Carnivore or North Dakota Carnivore at Gmail, you can send stuff there. I do have that account that is mine also. You can do that. Hey, Uncle Willie, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see that the stream to Rumble is working. I can see on my views when I'm doing this here that, like right now, I have 2 people on X watching, and I have 10 people on YouTube. StreamYard doesn't show who I have on X or on Rumble. But I get comments from Uncle Willie. I hardly ever get anything from anybody on X. I don't know if it actually works on X. All right, we'll see you later, John. Have a good day. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Filling in the empty space where I was on the phone. Appreciate that gesture. But I was just watching the when I was doing my last fast, watching my ketones and stuff, and I never went above 3.5. It always stayed in that area, and I normally don't get above 3 until after the 4th day, until after the 96 hours. And for this fast, I noticed a big difference in my sleep. Is what I did notice. As long as I'm getting the right amount of sleep, and when I'm fasting, I try to go to bed just a little bit early to help keep the stress off the body, and it makes it easier to extend a fast when you're getting extra sleep. But I also noticed that my resting heart rate went down. My variable heart rate went from the low 20s into the mid 20s into the 30s while I was fasting, and my ketones were up. So I've done a little bit of looking around, and I may be doing a video here really soon about the fasting effects on sleep and the rising ketones and what it does when you're sleeping, because you have a great benefit when your ketones are higher when you're sleeping. So going to bed at night with high ketones, it really helps your body to heal. That is actually really cool. And Uncle Willie says, I'm here. I'm just a little late. "Yeah, you're right on time. We're just getting started anyway, Uncle Willie." And join a little bit of coffee. Carney Terry, it's a new name. Says, howdy, I'm a North Dakota carnivore too, born in Bismarck. You live in Texas now. I've been carnivore for almost 10 years and feel the best ever at 60 years old. Oh, that is amazing, Terry. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just north of Bismarck. I'm up in Minot. I've only been doing this for, it's going on 19 months now. And you've been doing this for 10 years, and I'm about the same age. I'm 59. So, and I feel absolutely fabulous. I've never felt this good before. What got you into the carnivore dietary? What benefits have you had while doing this? It's always nice to meet people that are from the state that are doing this here. Terry says, great job. It only gets better. It does. And that's what I'm hoping for. And that every day is a new learning day. So it's, doing experiments on my own body, yeah, and seeing how I feel and what goes on with it. It's just like, paying attention when I'm fasting to what's happening with my body when with my sleep and everything else that goes on. It's just amazing what happens with your body when you fast. The healing that goes on, the different things that your body does. And for me, noticing that my sleep was much improved while I'm fasting was something that I didn't pay attention to a lot when I was fasting before. So something I'm going to pay more attention to. Brian says I did my second 5-day sardine fast, ketones 4. Wrote the fast yesterday, ketones 2.9 this morning. No blood glucose. Waiting for test strips. Oh, are you testing it with the Keto Mojo, or what are you testing your ketones with? I know there's a company out there, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I got a bookmark for them. That what the heck is it called? SIBO, SIBIO. They have a continuous ketone monitor, just like the CGMs that you wear on the arm. They've got one for ketones, and it's been FDA approved for the United States now, and they're just getting everything ready so that they can launch here in the US. I'd be really interested in trying one of those to see how my fasts go. It's a 2-week ketone monitor, so I could put that on. I could do a couple days before a fast, go through a fast, and a couple days after a fast, and I'd have some really good points to look through to find out how my body's doing. And Jessica said I sent a picture to my Gmail to test it out. Well, let me check it. I have in my mailbox here. Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, where did I go? Man, it's been one of those days already. You know what I mean? Where did it save it to? That's what I got to find out. Is where did I save it to? Holy smokes! You got a lot of snow there. Where did it go? Let me see if I can find that and get that. I can share that in here real quick. That went to my downloads. I do believe that's where it went. There we go. Holy smokes. Look at that snow. And probably a day or two ago, this was nice and brown and snow free. And now it looks like you got quite a bit of snow there. I appreciate you grabbing that snow so I didn't have to have it. Terry says he found out that plant carbs are non-essential and carnivore foods have always been my favorite foods. You jumped in head first that day. You haven't had many health issues, but healed hypoglycemia, right? And that's actually, it's really cool. That's, when I first heard of the carnivore diet, I heard from Carnivore Ray, and I caught him on a couple of videos that he was doing about what benefits he had from the carnivore diet, and that got me looking into it. I was on 5 blood pressure medications. I was extremely overweight. In fact, it was type 3 obesity is what they broke it down to. My BMI was off the charts. It was bad. And, well, I have not, like I said, I was really slacking. I was paying more attention to some other live streams this morning than I normally do. And I didn't go in and download all the stuff I normally get into. So stuff like this I normally put in here so I can pop this here up. This was me a couple years ago. 347 pounds at my heaviest. And that's probably where I was when I was on that scooter and throwing my granddaughter in the air there. I was big. I was huge. I was on 5 blood pressure medications. Each blood pressure medication had one of those pesky side effects of weight gain. And what does that do to you, right? I mean, it was minor and it had like 0.01 or 0.001% of the people experience weight gain. I was on 5 of them, and to me, it felt like every one that I took, I just continued to gain more and more weight, which I shouldn't have. Even if I tried starving myself, I couldn't lose weight, and it was just terrible. And then this is me from 347 down to 228 in this picture, or 224 or something like that. It was just under the obese mark on that, which is really funny because even right now at my lowest weight of 205, I'm still considered to be well overweight, but my body doesn't feel like that. And Brian's using the Keto Mojo, which I use that too. And yeah, those test strips are expensive. They get to cost a lot of money. I try not to test unless I'm fasting. But there are some days when I can feel the ketones kicking in, and I'm like, I got to find out where I'm at. M.A. Cecilia. Good morning, Cecilia. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, the test strips are expensive. And many more inches coming after the picture. Yeah. It's amazing what you guys have been getting out there. And see, my son and his girlfriend were going to be going to the Twin Cities yesterday. And after looking at the forecast for the route that they would have to take from here to there, kind of suggested that they not go there. Well, they changed their minds and they end up going to Billings, Montana instead. So they're out in Billings, hanging out there instead. And they went into a little bit of snow. And that's what is going on there in the eastern North Dakota, western Minnesota part right now. So I think they made a right choice. It's supposed to be like 66 degrees in Billings today. All this stress with work led me to bad choices. Had a few tortillas over the last few days and a fish fry. Yeah, work is really terrible when it comes for stress and anxiety and helping somebody make bad choices. Yeah, that was a lot of snow, isn't it? Good morning from north of the border. Magic Moon, good morning. How are you today? So you're up in Canada, huh? Or eh? It is quite a difference. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost 142 pounds on from my heaviest and 130 pounds on the carnivore diet. It's a big transformation. I feel great. And the weight loss is a side effect that I like. I did this for my blood pressure to get off 5 blood pressure medications. Actually, I did this to see if I could get my 5 blood pressure medications along with this diet to get my blood pressure normal. I end up coming off of all 5 of my blood pressure medications. Thank you, Bonnie Sue. I appreciate that. Is the transformation, like I was saying, that the weight loss is a side effect of it. What it does for your body to heal is the amazing part. Brian says, lost 2 pounds this week, 2 pounds away from 200 down. That is amazing, Brian. You've had a tremendous weight loss experience with this here. It's really cool. And Cosmic Gesture says, nice. Thank you. You too. I mean, this is sharing the experience that people have here is actually really important. There's so much that goes on in a person's body to be able to heal from. Finding out that carbohydrates are not needed. Plants are medicines, not food. It is one of the biggest things that I feel myself is a takeaway from learning about this diet. We've been lied to about everything. Our food is being modified and engineered to make us want more of it. They're putting chemicals in it. They're putting stuff in it to make you more addicted to it. And that's what the sugars do. The sugars are one of the biggest addictive chemicals that you have out there. And it's not going to be good. Well, Aaron says he's going to make breakfast meatballs for tomorrow. You know, I did that, Aaron, the other day. I did that for my wife. What did I? Man, I made a bunch of meatballs for her. I did 3 pounds and 3 different flavors. So I like the meat church, holy cow seasoning in one of them. I did the carnivore companion steak dust in one of them, and then I did Italian seasoning in another. So there's a pound of each of them. And my wife likes variety, so I made a variety of meatballs for her. And I actually think I have pictures of that in this folder. Or do I? No. Hold on for 1 second. All right, for all of you that don't know, the word dad, DAD, does not just represent somebody who's a dad. It also represents what happens when you have family. DAD stands for Daily ATM Dispenser. We had one of our granddaughters stay over last night, and she's being picked up, and she's going to be running out to a friend's, and my wife wanted to give her some money so she could get something at the gas station. So, of course, come to me, hey, can I get your wallet? Yeah. So I just ended up giving out money for my granddaughter. So I'm a daily ATM dispenser also. Cosmic Gesture says, combat meatballs are your favorite. What are combat meatballs? Interesting. Aaron says, I would love to open a meatballs food truck. That would be cool. Just meatballs, carnivore style, or even, with whole food stuff on it would be actually pretty good. Brian says, if I was to give anyone any advice, it would be to find your tribe. 100% best thing. Absolutely. And that's, I have found mine. I'm part of two of them that I really love being in. Um, being inside of the KMT, the Kilt's Mighty Tribe, with Dr. Kilt's, Alia, Dr. Nelson, and everybody that goes into that is just amazing being a part of that. And then also, I hang out in the Carnivore Quest group, which they're doing a live stream right now too. I really enjoy hanging out with Larry and everybody that is in that area there. Finding a group of people that you can communicate with. Finding a group that you can communicate with and you can click to and you have a rapport with is so amazing and it's really good. I shared this here with Larry. This is the 3 pounds of meatballs, and you can see they all look different. They all have different seasonings, and it's what I made for my wife so she could have her variety. Well, that wasn't good, was it? My phone decided to restart, which means that I no longer have a camera. And when that happens, I lose out on everything. I don't get to do anything now. My microphone still works, but my camera doesn't. And the only way to get back into it is to end the stream and jump back in. And I don't know why my phone does this. It does it every once in a while. It did it an hour ago and I restarted it. I'm going to try and see if I can get my camera to come back on. I doubt that it will work. And if it doesn't, then I'll just have to end this here and we'll try it again. See what goes on. And yeah, this is so much fun. I love it when this happens. It can be stressful sometimes doing this stuff. Oh, hey, look at that. It did come back. See, I was turning off my light because I was going to try to do one of my other one. Ta-da! Look at that. Wonderful. So it actually did work. I am surprised. It worked out, came back. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Where was I this morning? Oh, there's no Larry this morning? Really? He didn't do his live stream? I thought they were going to do. He was scheduled for 10 a.m., wasn't it? Or are they doing the night time one instead? I don't know. I did not realize that Larry wasn't doing a regular stream today. I thought he was doing one this morning. And Brian says the same here. He's part of the Ketogenic Woman group and the KMT group. Yeah. And I see Brian in a bunch of the streams that I watch too. So I know he's out there. And it is important to have a tribe to go into, to have a group of people to communicate with and learn from. Coach Mullen says that she was over there with Rick before coming over here to see what we were doing. Yeah, and I hang out with Rick too. Saturday mornings. I know he comes on before I wake up, so I go and hang out with him just a little bit while I'm getting stuff ready in here and listening and watching in there. And then Christy from Meeting Wellness had a live at an hour before this, and I went and listened to her for a little bit too. Yes, Aaron, KMT, Kilt's Mighty Tribe. It is one of the, I say it's one of the better communities because it's free. They don't charge you for it. They don't have anything going on in there. They don't even have a membership site on their YouTube channel. So they don't even do that. They welcome everybody. That's where I got my certification here, was from Kilts. That's part of what they're doing. So, well, let me help out here. Just oops, wrong one. Clicked on the wrong link. I can put this in the chat. It should be clickable. You should be able to click on that. You go into the Kilts Mighty Tribe. There's different places you can go in there. Like there's a Tuesday night lion diet meeting. They do stuff on Zoom that we go into. They have live interviews and stuff. Every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, they have a 6 a.m. Eastern time, 5 a.m. Central. They have a live meeting with Dr. Kills, Dr. Nelson, Alia, and then they'll have a guest. And, they'll discuss the carnivore diet. And then a couple afternoons a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, they have Zoom calls at 5:30 Eastern. And a couple times a week, I'm not sure what the days are, they have live interviews with Dr. Nelson, doing stuff with other people too. So it's actually pretty cool. It's really, it's a nice thing when they do this. It's a nice place to go. They have a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of good people that go into those meetings. And then Charger Mopar Rick, he has a meeting in the morning on Saturday mornings that starts at 8 a.m. Eastern. And then people like Keto Simple, on Sundays, they have their lives, and they have a live once in a while during the week too. There's a lot of different things that are going on in the carnivore world right now, and a lot of different people are doing live and stuff. Magic Moon, yep. It worked, actually. This is the first time I've ever been able to come back after my camera has died. I've done this, it's happened to me several times, and maybe it's because it's live, it let me come back in. I don't know. Yeah. Kilts Mighty Tribe. AMT, that's what that link is. Go ahead and click on that link, and right there, right below that. So Brian says he just started the KMT course. You're excited to get started? That's amazing, Brian. I'm glad you did that. There's so much information in that course. It is actually really amazing. Coach Mullins has been through it. Coach Mullins says I may be back on May 15th at 6 a.m. with them. Awesome. You're going to take some time and do that with them? Oh, yeah. And then the Carnivore Sunday School at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. That's with Juliet, John Laspina. Who else is on that? Can't remember. And then they have a guest. Brian says, good people over there. There's a young lady coming on Monday that I have been following on YouTube. Really? See, I haven't been looking at what they're doing on that. So I just look at what they're doing the first day. But the Kilts Mighty Tribe, it's a good place to go. You can learn some great information. It's a really nice group of people that hang out and help each other out. You'd recognize a lot of the people on there, Aaron. Coach Mullen says George Goodenough is on there. That's who it is, George. I could see his face and I just couldn't pull out his name. Yeah, so Coach Edens has been on there, John Laspina, the carnivore teacher, and George Goodenough. Oh, and George is from England, so he's across the pond. It's in the evening for him when they're doing the carnivore Sunday school, but they have some good information. They have some good guests on there. And both George and Juliet are part of the Mighty Tribe. I don't know if carnivore teacher John is part of the Mighty Tribe or not. I don't remember seeing him in any of their lives. Refresh my coffee here real quick. Maybe not clink it on the cup so that you don't have to listen to that because that was right in front of the mic. Sorry about that. Brian says he enjoyed the Dr. Nelson interviews. Dr. Nelson does a great job interviewing people. He's very patient and he's got some really good information. So, and Dr. Kilton, Sunday mornings, he generally does a live stream 10 a.m. Eastern on Sunday mornings with just him, and then he'll throw a link out there for people to join. And he gets a little crazy sometimes, but that's what he does. Oh, where am I? Scan. I've got to figure out where this thing goes to. I did have it set up so that, and this is one of the things I've been trying to figure out is how to do some stuff on here. Like Larry's got the link that he uses for you guys, for us to send pictures into him. Now I have the same thing, but I can never remember how to get to it. I do have Dropbox. I downloaded the app. I figured out how to do it the other day. Well, it was actually a couple of weeks ago. But I don't know what the heck is going on with it all the time. Because there's a way to request. What he's doing is he's requesting pictures and stuff or files from people so that they can send them in. And I had that information pulled up and saved the other day. And do you think I could find it when I need it? No. I can't. Yeah, Dr. Nelson had Amy, Rockin' Coach Amy, Keto Rockstars on this week. I wasn't able to do that because I have a work meeting at that time. So that's the time change adjusted when my meetings are, because my meetings are, some of my meetings are scheduled from Canada. And when we changed our time down here, they don't. So then it changes how my meetings run. Yeah, Brian, you won the drawing the other morning. You had no idea you won. It's going to be I think you won a hat. Because I did it the day before. Actually, I won it, then Bride's Biscuits won it, and then you won it, which is really cool. So it's pretty cool. It's actually the second time I've won it. I got a Dr. Nelson hat the last time. It's that flat hat. I really like those kind of hats. My wife said I looked funny in it. Jesse Talks Truth. Did you know John Hoven announced this week that he's going vegan due to dietary recommendations from DC doctors? That's too bad because he can go vegan, but in order to maintain any type of health, he'll have to take animal fats, because you can't go a strict vegan diet and maintain your health, because your body requires certain minerals and vitamins that are fat soluble that come from animals. It's too bad that John Hoven listens to those doctors. but it's better than the standard American diet, right? But I would still rather have my carnivore diet because it's much better. Yeah, lately they've been giving away a lot of hats. I was hoping I would win a Kilts Cup. I really want one of those. Andrew Mullen says he won 2 T-shirts, Dr. Nelson hat, and a Meet My Food hat, and 2 books. Awesome. See, I started watching the morning meeting that they do, the lives, shortly before they started just doing the Kilts merchandise. Um, back when Kilts would give away a food processor or a blender or stuff like that, or air fryer, and then they started just doing the KMT stuff, which isn't bad. I like that too. In fact, if you look at my the thumbnail for my channel, I'm wearing a Body by Bacon. I got that from the Kilts. I won that shirt. Found out that Uncle Willie says found out my mother-in-law has been on Ozempic and doing the sugar diet. What? That's just like crazy. Why would you go on Ozempic and then do the sugar diet? That is just, man. I don't get that, Uncle Willie. Why would she do that? Coach Mullen says Kilt sent me a Kilts cup and a card when my dad died. So nice of him. Yeah, he really does care, and that's one of the nice things about Dr. Kilts. He does care. He cares about the people that are in his groups. He cares about the people that he gets to know, like you. And you know, Dr. Kilts is a genuine person. He's very caring, and that's why I like going into his group and doing the meetings and stuff with him, because he's very genuine. Brian says Kilts cup or Dr. Nelson hat would be cool. Did you email Alia, Brian? Because in order to get the hat, you have to email her and give her your address and stuff. And in that, you can request in your email, you can request a Dr. Nelson hat in the color that you want it in too. I think there's 2 colors for the Dr. Nelson hat. It's a light gray and a dark. So, but you do have to email her. I've got the maroon hat already, the Kilts Mighty Tribe hat. And then when I won this one the other day, I asked her for a black one. And it only takes about a week to get. They're actually pretty quick about sending those out. And she's worried about losing muscle. No kidding. Yeah. 2 things going wrong there. Sugar diet. And the other one is Ozempic. Get off of that. Eat meat. Be happy. Wait. Eric, that's what she's got to do. She's got to eat meat. Be happy. That's all it takes. That's what I like. So, but going back to, man, what a what a tangent, huh? Um, going back to the fasting, and I think for this month, we have Easter coming up tomorrow. I do have food for my Easter dinner. We picked up some pork ribs, so I'm gonna smoke some ribs. I picked up or I actually thought out a pork shoulder, so we're gonna do a pork shoulder, and then I have a ham that my wife bought. It's just a small ham that we're gonna cook, and we're gonna bring that out to my daughter. So we'll have pulled pork out there. We'll have some pork ribs, and of course we'll have a ham. Now, myself, my son-in-law, and my wife, the 3 of us eat a carnivore diet. My daughter, my oldest daughter, that we're going out to her house, she kind of tries to do something like that once in a while, but she doesn't do it all the time. She would find out that she feels much better if she did. But, it's one of those things. Now, after this, what I'd like to do is go back to my alternate day fasting for the month. So for the month of April, I'm going to do my alternate day fasting where I fast on the odd days and I'll feast on the even days, running 24 to 36 hours. Generally, I do 36 hours. I'll have a light breakfast in the morning. I'll have a normal meal at night. And when I'm done eating at night, I'll start my fast all over again. And I'll skip a full day and then eat in the morning, which generally brings it up to 36 hours. I feel really good when I do that. And in between that, I might throw in a 72-hour fast into that every now and then just to increase the autophagy, get the ketones up a little bit more. And one of the things I'm looking at for ketones is exogenous ketones. Now some of the research I've been doing here just recently is on exogenous ketones to see how that affects me or affects a person when they're taking an exogenous ketone before they go to bed. And actually, the information that I just got this morning that I was looking up, that was one of the things I was doing instead of putting pictures in here. I was looking at that to see what it's going to do for me. And the information I got is actually pretty amazing because when you're sleeping, that's when the ketones actually work best on your body. They cross the blood-brain barrier either, so blood-brain barrier easier. Yes, I'm having trouble speaking this morning because I'm trying to get used to my bridge. This is a bridge here now. It's temporary. I get a new one here at the end of the month. And well, I'll get another temporary one at the end of the month when they do the permanent impressions to try to get uh, my permanent bridge made. It just feels a little different. I can't tell, like I don't have feeling in those teeth, so it's just weird talking sometimes. So I understand a little bit more when Larry says that he's having trouble talking because of his dentures. I kind of understand that now. It is a thing. What the heck? Right there in front of me is a file request. How do I do this? Let me go back, share, copy link. Let's try this. Let me paste this right here. All right. So that's my Dropbox. Drop in something in here and see what it does. Coach Mullins, you're not entering the drawings lately. Let others have it. I agree, and I've done that. There's a few mornings where I've actually forgot to even say good morning to the KMT tribe. It happens. Yeah, we already went through that. I missed allergies. All right, Dr. Nelson hat. Yep. All right, that's where I'm at. Oh, you emailed Alia. She didn't say anything about what you won. She thanked me for liking the live and also said she hoped the guys felt the same way. That morning was a little feisty. Who was it that morning? I don't remember. But yeah, Alia is great. But go ahead and try it. Drop in a picture on this here. See if it works. I don't know if it works or not. I've never done it. Not on mine anyway. Was that the Coach Mullins says, was that the vegetarian? Oh, the lady that talked about addiction. Okay. Yep. See, when during that morning meeting, I'm already at my work. I show up at work at 5 a.m. my time. And when I'm doing that, that banner is annoying. Hold on a second. There. Got to get rid of the banner. Um, yeah, that I was listening in my headset while I was at work doing my morning stuff that I have to do. It just helps to drown out the office noise of everything going on and helps me to focus. All right. So, how does this work? Yeah, I don't know. Can I share a picture on this? Does this look like Larry's did? I don't want to share folder. I just want to share the link to allow people to throw pictures in. Is that what that did? Anybody want to share a picture with me real quick so I can see if this works? Angie says I have to be at work at 7, so you listen when you're getting ready to leave home. And that's what I was doing when they were on at 5 a.m. Eastern, which was 4 a.m. Central. That's what I was doing. I was listening to them while I was getting ready for work and then on my drive to work. And then they changed the time that they were on to 6 a.m. Eastern, which is 5 a.m. That puts me right at work when they're coming on now. I was actually scheduled to be on Kilts. And when I first talked to Ollie about it, that was before they made their time change. And then they changed times and then it conflicted with my work. So I had to cancel out of that and not do it. Brian's trying, but it's not working, huh? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Well, maybe that doesn't work. Well, actually, it shows Brian's on there. And it's not the same. This is actually, I think what I'm doing is I'm sharing access to my folder. So I'm gonna delete that comment. I'm gonna do some more work on that after this stream, and I'll try to figure out how he's doing that and see if I can figure out what's going on with that. I appreciate you, Brian and Aaron, trying it, but apparently it's not going to work the same as Larry's. I do have to figure this out though, because that would be it'd be cool to be able to have it and drop stuff in there. Yeah, see that one was there. File request. Yeah, that's not what I want. I got to do some more. Let me see if this is the same thing. Yeah, that looks like it's the same. That looks like it's the same link and everything I just put in there, which is actually to share the folder. I don't want to share the folder. I just want to request files. But it is not looking like it's going to work for me. I don't know. I have the free version, so maybe it's because maybe Larry pays for it and I don't. I am not sure. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he does it. Web shortcut. No, that's not what I want. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, that's it. I'm out of this group. Have a good day, Aaron. We'll talk to you later. Amy, good morning. How are you doing this morning? You show up just in time to say, have a great day. Um, it's been an hour for me, and I got stuff I got to go do with my wife and one of my other granddaughters. I do have 6 granddaughters and 1 grandson, and it's a lot of people. Sorry you missed it. Well, I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, so we can talk to you then. But for now, I am going to be heading out. You all have a great day, and we will see you back tomorrow, same time. Hey, and don't forget at 5 Eastern, 6 Central, Larry is supposed to be doing a members live today on Carnivore Quest. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you then. Magic Moon, be safe, and remember to have fun. No, not have fun. Remember to eat meat and be happy, because that's all it takes. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.